Hello lovelies, it's Sarcasm the Sickness, and today you may have noticed that there is no Omega Ruby playthrough video up. That unfortunately is because there was a problem during the recording and my voice audio was not recorded, so I'm going to have to post-narrate it, which honestly it's a little heartbreaking because a lot of really cool stuff happened in that episode and I was so excited about it. And the reason, the reason that I've been, doing the playthrough the way I have is because I want to share all of those moments with you guys. And in fact, Pedro's asked me several times, hey, do you want me to get you a second copy of the game? And I'm like, no, I can't, because I want, all of my reactions during the playthrough to be genuine, to be, new and exciting, And... and now I kind of lost that for episode 7, so unfortunately it is going to have to be post-narrated, because I don't want to just skip that episode and pretend it never happened. I can't just do that, and I'm not going to upload it with just no audio at all. So that's the way that's going to have to be. So instead, here's a speed drawing, because I haven't been able to get a lot of these done like I've been really wanting to. So this actually was a commission that I actually finished this a little while ago at this point, but it was for Ryan Newfield, and the link to his channel will be in the description. This was done for a, he's part of a, like a Pokemon, league of sorts, and his mascot is the New York Gengars, or his team is the New York Gengars, so his mascot obviously is a Gengar, so just me completing that, I know a lot of you have been mentioning, hey, I really want to see, I want to see your speed arts, from beginning to end, from, the sketching process all the way to the end coloring. But, this was one of those things where, with a lot of commission work, I do want to handle it, very cautiously. I like to send several sketches, or, at least, 1 or 2 sketches before I actually go into the full, lining and coloring mode. So... during those times, I'm usually flipping back and forth between references and things like that, so I don't like to record that, because it's gonna, for one, it's gonna be a lot of editing and stuff, which it's not really a problem, but it's just, it would be so broken looking, the video would look so awkward, it just wouldn't be a good thing, it just wouldn't be a good thing, really. So yeah, this is just from the lining process up and through the coloring. Honestly, I am pretty happy with how it turned out anyway, oh wow, that has nothing to do with that. I mean, I'm very happy with how it turned out. It's not regardless of anything, it's just nice. And yeah, maybe it's just I don't really draw Gengar too often, so I'm glad it turned out good, despite the fact that I'm not good at Gengars. I don't know, it's alright. I like it a lot, and he liked it a lot, so that's what matters. Anyway, I'm talking too much, and I should be talking about other things. Today I want to talk about something that's been on my mind, and that is going to be social anxieties. If you guys follow my Twitter, then some of you know that I kind of went through a little episode today. So, as some of you may know, I am staying with Pedro and his family right now, because we have not been able to start the road trip yet. It's just we need to collect some funds up for that and everything, which is fine. And I'm going to be going back to my folks' house for Christmas, so it's not a problem that we haven't officially started yet, because we're still in close enough proximity to Pennsylvania that we can just head back for that time and be and it'd be all right. It's not like it's interrupting anything. So yeah, we're just chilling with Pedro's family right now. But he lives in Illinois, and I live in Pennsylvania, so if you live in the United States, you may know that it's a pretty big distance. There's 2 or 3 states in between us, especially since I live on the east side of Pennsylvania, so I'm basically, at the Atlantic Ocean, and he's almost the middle of the country kind of thing, so it's a pretty big difference. There's a pretty big distance between us, so there's literally nothing around here that I recognize. There's nothing around here that I am familiar with. There's barely any businesses that are still the same. Obviously there's big chain businesses that are here that are, also in Pennsylvania, but there's a lot of stuff that isn't. There's a lot of stuff that isn't here, and it's, I don't know, it's just I'm here, in this new place, and really, Pedro, and yeah, basically Pedro is the most familiar thing that I have while I'm out here. And so that puts a lot of stress on me. It really does. It really does. It's like I try not to let it get to me, and that works most of the time. But I do have to be honest with myself sometimes and say, you know what, it is pretty scary to be out here, because like I can't just walk down to the store and go get something. Like I'm just not that comfortable with this place yet. But along with that goes obviously meeting a lot of new people. Obviously, the first night we arrived at like 4 in the morning, so I'm meeting his parents at 4 in the morning, and that was really anxious it made me really anxious because it's like, I know they're tired and we're tired, and, nobody really wants to be up at that hour. But then a lot of it also was like, they're doing the whole like, oh my god, Pedro, we haven't seen you in a few months, how are you doing? Like all these hugs and stuff that I have to stand awkwardly by and just kind of watch from the sideline and be like, alright, cool, I'm just gonna be over here then. So that was uncomfortable. And just in general for me, like I love meeting people, but I don't like meeting people that other people know. If that makes sense. It's like if I'm meeting a stranger, that really has no effect on anything. Like, I mean, it can have an effect, but it doesn't have to, Like, if I'm going to, like when I went to, wow, I can't remember what it's called now. When I went to Pokemon Symphonics, I met a lot of people. I really met a lot of people, and it was really cool. And I met a lot of people who were fans of Pedro and, of Nappy and Shady and PK and all that. I met a lot of people who were their fans and got to talk with some of them, and that was really cool. It really was. But like, it's one of those things where, like, if they didn't like me, oh well, I probably will never talk or speak to them, I'll never speak or see them, speak to them or see them again. Or if I do, it'll just be in passing at the next, like, at, like, PAX or whatever. So it's not like it was going to be, like, the biggest deal in the world if they didn't like me. But when you're meeting somebody's family and friends, it's like, if they don't like you, if you make a bad impression, that can affect so much. That can affect so much. I cannot even tell you how many relationships I've been in where, like I already told you, or like in an earlier video, I told you guys, that I've been in a lot of relationships. So that's a lot of parents I've had to meet. I can't even tell you how many times the parents didn't like me, and I don't know why. For a lot of them, I don't know why. I know one of them is because the parents were super religious and they just didn't want their son dating anybody, which was weird. Like, they just didn't want him dating anybody until marriage, which didn't make any sense at all. Like, that literally makes no sense. How is he supposed to, like, get married if he's not going to actually, like, meet people and date? But, whatever. It's like, when you're meeting somebody's family or close friends, it's like, if you make a bad impression, that can change everything. Because then, every time something bad happens in the relationship and, and they have somebody... you need somebody to talk to about things. So if somebody goes and talks to their friend, then the friend can be like, oh, well, I never liked her anyway. You should just break up with her. You should just do this. You should just do that. And, okay, in all honesty, I don't think Pedro would ever do that, okay? I really, really don't. But it's happened to me so many times in past relationships that I've honestly developed an anxiety about it. I really have. And it kind of affects a lot of stuff. Like, today I had a really hard time because Pedro was out and recording his Wonder Wed Link with Cooley Wiz, which is amazing, by the way. You should check it out. But I was in the house, or I was in the room by myself, and Pedro's mom asked me to come out and meet some of her friends, and I kind of froze up. I didn't really know what to do because I couldn't handle that. I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't do it alone, first of all. Like, I don't feel as bad when I'm meeting people with Pedro, because he makes me feel safe, He just makes me feel better about it. Because I know if anything bad happens, then he'll be there to say, like, alright, let's just go then, and he kind of neutralizes the situation. And he understands that I do have these anxieties. But, I was by myself, and the other thing is, there is a huge language barrier. I don't speak Spanish, and Pedro's mom doesn't speak very much English, and, like, it's not anybody's fault, but there is a huge language barrier, and it makes it very hard for me to communicate when Pedro isn't around. So I have all of these things against me, and I'm expected to leave the room and leave my comfort zone for like, to meet somebody that I you know, have no defense against, first of all, and I have no, you know, like, no familiarity with at all. It's just, I really freaked out. I really did. And I feel kind of bad about it. I really do, because I don't want to, you know, be rude, and I don't want to, like, totally snub his family, because they've been very kind to me. But it's hard to explain your anxieties to somebody, you know, like that. It's really hard to say, like, look, I can't go and meet people like other people can because I'm afraid. You know, how do you say that to somebody? How do you say to somebody, I'm afraid of meeting your friends and family? Like, because it's such a specific anxiety that it's just, it's weird. Like, I love meeting people. I don't like meeting people that people know, because it matters so much more. There's so much more at stake. And I've had so many bad experiences with it. I've had so many families dislike me for one reason or another. And I always just act like myself. I don't try to put up a front. I don't try to, you know, be something I'm not. So that means that when they don't like me, they don't like me. Like they really don't like, you know, who I actually am, which makes me anxious. It makes me really nervous. It makes me not want to meet other people because of that. Like, obviously I know that I can't, like, no matter what happens, I'm not gonna be able to go into a relationship without meeting their family and friends. Like, that's just something that comes along with it. But most of those times you are meeting them with the other person by your side, you know? Like, I would never send Pedro to go meet, you know, my friends or family without me there, because it's just, it's really awkward, and even if he doesn't have the same anxieties as I do, it's just rude. It's just downright rude. And, so I kind of freaked out today. I really hate that I freaked out, I really do. And these are things that I need to work on. I need to be less afraid of what people think of me, and I need to be less afraid of, you know, like, getting to know people that Pedro actually cares about. You know, like, it's kind of messed up that I am so afraid of people that, you know, that he's known all of his life. But, that, like I said, it's a personal problem, and I need to figure it out. And I guess I just wanted to talk about that with you guys, because, I don't know, it just helps me, to vocalize that, and to just be upfront and be honest with you guys and with myself, and just be like, hey, this is what's happening, and this is a problem, and maybe we can figure out a way to fix it. So who knows? I guess that's gonna end up the video then, and, in the comment section, maybe tell me about, you know, about one of your anxieties. Is there something that you are afraid of that you think you really shouldn't be? You know, whether it be like social anxieties, or maybe it be like, you know, being afraid of trying new things because you're afraid of failing, or, you know, like, maybe you're just really, really afraid of heights, or swimming, or flying in planes. You know, we all have fears. We all have things that make us very uncomfortable. So, I don't know, talk to me about some of those. Or just tell me, you know, how to tell me how to fix my social anxieties, guys. I don't know how to do it. If you haven't already, please leave a like on this video. Check out Ryan Newfield. He is a PokeTuber, so there are PokeTube things on his channel, and I will, like I said, I'll leave that in the description. If you're new to the channel, I totally recommend you check out some of my other videos. I have other speed drawings like this where I talk about things. I have a Pokemon Art Academy Let's Play up, which was a lot of fun. And I am Let's Playing Omega Ruby right now, so it's kind of like a Poke Art tubing channel. I don't know. It's a mix. It's a mix of things. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I don't know. If you like this video, go check out some of my other stuff. Thanks, and I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.